What am I looking for? Here it is. Yes. Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. So the first fiberglass rod hit the market in the U.S. in 1946, and it was the Shakespeare Wonder Rod. Shakespeare as a company has been around for over 100 years. Over 100 years. Let's check it out because I've got one. Shakespeare Wonder Rod. Now this one is old. It is a vintage rod for sure. Like I said, these first came out on the market in 1946. It's a line of rods that Shakespeare produced. Look at the butt. So I would say because of the butt, because it's got foam on it and there's metal right here, this is probably late 70s to anywhere in the 80s. This is an ultralight 5-footer. Really noodly. Look at that. So we're going to try to use it as a dock shooter and a caster. See if we can get some fish out of the water. So they made all kinds of rods under the Wonder Rod line, from fly rods to medium to different lengths, 7 foot. This just happens to be the ultralight. Now this particular one, I have been unable to find any specific info on, but there are plenty of these rods under this line, Wonder Rod line, that are for sale on like eBay and Etsy, other places. And a lot of those are fly rods. A lot of them are fly rods, and people are trying to sell them for up to like $75. At least in Canada, I saw on a site they were trying to get that much for them. Other people are trying to sell these for $35. Now they made this line of rod over a long span of time, but they don't make them anymore. Oh, I want to get a line wet. Come on. Now I almost put a vintage reel on here. I have a bunch, but all of the ones at the size I wanted to put it on here need some work, but that's another day, another video. Vintage Shakespeare reels. For the moment, we've put a Sienna 10,000 on here. It's a Shimano reel. It's one of my favorite reels for this type of fishing. We're gonna try slingshot fishing first off. Ooh, we got 4-pound test on here. There's fish here, man. Come on. Like I said, we're gonna start by slingshotting a bait. Now, the water that we're fishing today is very shallow, maybe at its deepest 2 feet. I don't even think it's that. So we're gonna start out with a 1 32-ounce jig head, and we're going to do a new improved clinch knot here. Seven times for luck. There we go, number 7. Bring it through, but keeping a loop right here. And now we're going to go back through that loop I just made. And now we're going to give it some good old tongue work here. Get the saliva on there to give it a little lubrication so we don't burn up the line. And there we go, nice and tight. That's going to work beautiful. Let's put a bait on that. Gonna start off with something I got from Ollie's for 99 cents. It's by Lindy. It's a little purple creature bait, a little Helgamite looking thing. There we go. Let's see what that does. Bang. Really noodly, really noodly. Oh, there was a bite. So I've fished this spot before. I call it my local bait bucket. And actually we're going to keep some bait out of here so we can use it for a video on the river like tomorrow. Let's see if we can get it further this time. About right there. We're fishing the deepest part of this pool. I don't even think it's 2 feet. Sometimes it's a little higher when there's more rain, but it's been a couple days since we had rain, and we did have a lot of rain like 2 days ago. Getting bites here. Last time oh, there we go. There's a fish. Oh, what do we got? Little bass. Yeah, you're right. He went for the Helgie. All right. This guy has a bit of a tooth patch in there. He may or may not be a spotted bass. I really can only tell you by the tooth patch. Possibly. But that was a lot of fun. There he goes. Before that fish rudely interrupted me, I was trying to tell you that the last time I fished these Helgies, I didn't do as good as I'm doing now. I didn't even get a bite. And today, they've caught a fish and they've had a couple of bites. But the fish was the bass, so were the bites the bass? There's not a lot of fish here. There's probably about 30. So far, I'd say that this rod is pretty sensitive, but almost a little too soft to be a good dock shooter, but I'm getting away with it. A dock shooter rod is about 5 feet, and you want it to be soft, but a little stiff so you can slingshot baits up underneath docks. That's why we call it a dock shooter. I would like to think that, oh, here we go. Yes, oh, that was a panfish, but he was hanging onto the tail. Yeah, I was worried that, let's just put this out there like that. I was worried that those bites may have been just the bass and that the panfish weren't into this helgie, but I think I stand corrected. Let's see if I can get a fish up out of here with this helgie that's worth feeding to a kitty cat. Here we go. Here's a, oh no. FedEx trying to sneak up on us. All these fish are like stacked right up in there. They're hiding because this line here is where the deep water is. There was a bite. Here we go. Ice. Oh, yes. Up underneath the log. That's where you were. All right. Got us a little piece of bait here for another video. Nice. Yeah, you're right. Here we go. Nice. Had no idea where that was dropping. I just was hoping it was on this side of the log. Now to reverse. It's kind of tricky. Here we go. So a snag destroyed that soft plastic. Instead of putting something else on, we're going to change it up. We put a little bit of red wiggler on here. Well, there's a reason too. I'm sure you guys have been hearing this loud noise behind me. There's a reason. Let's let this truck demonstrate it. It's a cattle guard, and not only is it a cattle guard, it's one designed to catch bluegill through, or other small fish. Well, I don't think it's actually designed for that, but it's great for that. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get this done before we turn into a pancake, because it seems to be rush hour out here. I think I'm breaking the height regulation for this spot. I think I'm too tall. Normally it's little kids that are fishing here, so when people drive by and they see me fishing, they have some funny looks. Or maybe they just don't see people fishing this very often. But I do know that a lot of the neighborhood kids like to come to this spot to fish. I'm just a kid, man. No luck getting my cattle guard fish, but got some funny looks. Here we go. Got a fish from up here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're a little tiny one this time. Yes. Yes, we finally got our cattle guard fish. Finally. Took a long time. It's rush hour here. People are coming and going. Look at that. Man, it must be rush hour because this traffic is thick. It's out in the country too. Nerve-wracking. Let's get a few more pieces of bait, 2 or 3, something like that maybe, and go somewhere quiet. Just get out of here. I'll tell you why this traffic is so thick right now. All the kids are getting out of school. School bus just drove by. Oh, getting bites right there. There we go. Yes. Another little piece of bait. Yeah, you're right. Here we go. Nice, nice. Man, there's a lot of school buses. Ooh, this one's pretty looking, all fired up. Look at that. We have 6 pieces of bait in that Ziploc bag now. So we're going to hold off. We're not going to put any more in there, but we're going to catch a few more and just practice the good old method of catch and release here. Oh, yes. Another pretty little thing. Yeah, you're right. You're fired up. Water's getting to where you want it. Here you go. Oh, you hit that fun. Give me a run for my money. Moby Dick over here. This guy thought he could get away. Yeah, you're right. There you go. Oh, we had a car wreck up here. Did you guys hear that crunch? Someone got rear-ended. There we go. Man, I'm glad I got off the cattle guard when I did. People are driving kind of crazy around here. You're pretty. It's a very light colored bluegill, very pale bluegill. And there he goes. Oh, 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 ooh, a flyer. Oh, what do we got? Oh, we got, oh, yes. Look at that. Let's get him over here. Looky here, guys. Do you recognize that? I'm sure some of you do, but a lot of you probably don't. We got us a chain pickerel down in here. Whoa. Nice save, Mr. Hood. Nice save. It's a pike species. We have chain pickerel here in, or grass pickerel. I might be fubbing that up, but it's a pickerel. Yeah, you're right. I'll get back at you. Woo, man, my first call was correct. That was a chain pickerel. I'm just tingling all over. I've been wanting to catch them for a while, and I just got my first one here. I didn't even expect to have chain pickerel here. They are in East Texas, like in Hawkins and some other places. They're in the Sabine River drainage system, and that's all around us. This is technically the Sabine River drainage system because this creek does drain into the Sabine River. But that was definitely my PB pickerel, because that's the first pickerel I ever caught. But they'd get a bit bigger than that. But that was great. It was great. Let's stop talking and keep fishing. I should have took a picture of that for Instagram. I get so excited half the time, and I forget that I even have Instagram when I'm fishing anyway, and I always forget to take pictures of my fish. I just started doing Instagram. Anyway, here's another bite. I wonder if there's more pickerel here. They got to be coming from that slough that's up here. Right past this tree going across here is a beaver dam, and there's a slough above that, and then going a little bit further is another beaver dam with another slough. Oh, we got us another fish. Not a pickerel this time. Another gill. Yeah, you're right. Oh, here's another one. Oh. Whoa. That looks like the biggest gill out of here today so far. We don't need it for bait, but it is a nice size, isn't it? This one's a bit darker than the other ones. There you go. You're ready. There you go. Nice. Another runner. Ooh. It's a good size one too, right there. Yeah, you're right. There you go. Well, that's gonna just about do it for me. I wanted to get some bait, try out this rod. I like the rod. Now, let me tell you something about old rods. They tend to be heavy. The older the rod, the heavier they are. This one, not so bad. Would I replace my more modern one with it? Not really. I still like this, but my modern one is a little better as a slingshot one. It's the same length, has a bait keeper on it, whereas this one doesn't. Now, if I had gone ahead and put a vintage Shakespeare reel on here, it would have been a lot heavier. The Sienna 10,000, I'm sorry. I mean 1000, 1000. Oh, it's a lot lighter of a reel. So, on that note, let's get away from here. This traffic is definitely frazzling my... Whoa, fish just broke right in there. Yeah, my nerves are getting ridden here. Let's get away from rush hour. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.